What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're going to be doing the Raw Recap. This is the Fallout show from this Sunday's Survivor Series. We start off with Stephanie McMahon coming into the ring. She gloats about their Survivor Series victories. She then introduces the main reason that Raw won, her husband, Triple H. So he comes out to the ring. Shortly after he gets into the ring, Kurt Angle follows and gets right into Triple H's face and says, "I'm not talking to you as Raw General Manager. I'm talking to you as the Olympic champion, Kurt Angle. And if you do what you did to me last Sunday, I'm coming for you." Stephanie McMahon, almost seeming like she's trying to take the middle ground on this, though I'm pretty sure there's ulterior motives in it, tells Kurt Angle not to jeopardize his career. Then Jason Jordan comes out, talking a whole bunch of trash, saying, "I'm 100% wanting to try to pedigree me now," and then calls Triple H a coward. Stephanie McMahon chimes in, saying that my husband's not afraid of you. He's not afraid of anybody, including everybody in the locker room. To which Braun Strowman comes out. Braun Strowman makes a beeline right through into the ring and right into Triple H's grill. I mean, right into his grill. He stares down Triple H to the point where Triple H backs away and walks out of the ring. As he's standing on the apron, Braun Strowman walks right up to the ropes and Triple H backs down once again. Braun Strowman basically just walked Triple H out of the ring. The crowd then reacts, "You're a coward," to Triple H, which I highly agree. If you got the balls to do half the stuff you did, you are not going to back down to somebody that size regardless. If you're supposed to be the game, the big shot of the WWE, fucking prove it. I'm saying that here I am, 5'10". If Strowman walked up to me, I probably would run my little bitch away from him too. But I don't sit here and talk a bunch of shit saying I'm the biggest thing that ever was. I know how to take care of myself, but I ain't stupid. Anyways, Stephanie McMahon chickens out, and instead of booking the match that everybody would want to see, Triple H and Braun Strowman, though I'm pretty sure that match is probably going to be coming at a pay-per-view in the near future, sets up a match with Jason Jordan versus Braun Strowman. We'll get into that later. This is an okay opening segment. It kind of laid out some of the groundwork for potential matches in the near future. There have been talks of Triple H facing both Kurt Angle and Braun Strowman at separate pay-per-views. But as far as when Triple H is going to be facing these two people, it's still up in the air. There are some people saying that Royal Rumble is going to be Angle and WrestleMania is going to be Strowman. There are other places that say it's pretty much the exact opposite. We'll just have to find that out when that time comes. Hopefully, those matches are going to be happening. We then come to our first match, Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. Right at the start of the bell, both of them go right at each other. Finn Balor gets Samoa Joe out of the ring. He tries to go for that apron kick. I'm not sure if there's a name for it, but Samoa Joe catches him and throws Finn Balor face first into the mat. Samoa Joe then gets back into the ring and does a suicide dive on Finn Balor. Once again, that's an amazing feat for somebody that big. Finn Balor starts to fight back. He gets a sling blade on Samoa Joe. He went for a drop kick, but Samoa Joe sidestepped him and did a senton drop on Finn Balor while he was down. Samoa Joe then sets up Finn Balor for the coquina clutch. He gets it locked in, but Finn Balor was able to flip his way out of it, gets Samoa Joe down, tries to go for the coup de grace, but Samoa Joe knocks him off of the top rope, locks in the coquina clutch, and he gets the submission. This is a pretty good match. I haven't really seen Samoa Joe and Finn Balor when they were in NXT, and they were fighting back then, so this is really my first time seeing these two people going at it, but if their matches in NXT were anything like this, they were incredible. I liked this match. It was pretty good. It pretty much set the pace for the rest of the night. So, good match. I liked it. We then go backstage and Jason Jordan walks up to Kurt Angle asking him to cancel the match with Braun Strowman. Kurt Angle says he can't. If he does that, that's going to clearly show favoritism. Then Jason Jordan says, "Well, my leg isn't 100%. Kurt Angle questions it and Jason Jordan replies, "Well, that's because I was facing Triple H. Basically, I'm a big tough guy until I'm facing somebody that's like 20 times bigger than me." Anyways, whatever. Kurt Angle still says, "No, I'm not going to cancel the match. You're just going to have to do it." Jason Jordan then gets himself pumped up, saying that he's the only person that can defeat Braun Strowman. What the hell is this man smoking? Then we go to our next match, Asuka versus Dana Brooke. This is basically, I guess you could call it a grudge match from last week when Dana Brooke hit Asuka during the Fatal 4-Way. Then Asuka laid Dana Brooke out at ringside. This really wasn't much of a match. Dana Brooke did put on some offense, but Asuka relatively just hammered Dana Brooke down and got a pin. Okay, it was We then come to our favorite part, Miz TV. Bruh. The Three Stooges are sitting in the ring. The Miz bravoed Baron Corbin on his win at Survivor Series and said that's the only relevant time that Baron Corbin has ever had. He then goes to intro Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns' music doesn't hit. He repeats it a couple times. Each time he's getting even more pissed off. Then the Shield music hits, and the Shield comes out through the crowd. They get into the ring, and The Miz said, I specifically asked for Roman Reigns. I did not ask for the Shield. Then after a bit of back and forth between The Miz and the Shield, The Miz says, you all should be thanking me, because if it wasn't for me and the Bar attacking Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, the Shield would never have gotten back together, blah, blah, blah. Ambrose and Rollins says that they're going to get their tag belts back. Then Reigns says, well, wait a minute. I can't be the only person in this group without a belt. So then he challenges The Miz for the IC title. Then Bo Dallas gets his ass up on his shoulders and says, no, wait. If you're going to get to The Miz, you got to get through us first, meaning him and Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel standing there with a neck brace looking like, what the hell do you want me to do about this? Well, Bo Dallas gets immediately knocked out. Curtis Axel ends up eating a dirty deeds. The Miz, guess what? Runs away like a little bitch. And then the Shield set up Bo Dallas for the triple powerbomb. All the while, The Miz is standing up in the top of the ramp, clutching his belt like a scared little girl. We then come to our next match, Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus. Why? I know we're going to be setting them up to go up against each other for the tag titles, but we've seen this. Hopefully they get the belts and we move on. Anyways, Sheamus showed a lot of offense in this match, including countering Dean Ambrose's ridiculous lunatic lariat. Dean Ambrose was able to fight back as he was setting Sheamus up. Seth Rollins comes flying through the ring from one side out the other and suicide dives Cesaro, which distracted Sheamus enough for Dean Ambrose to get the dirty deeds for the pin. This is an okay match. It's repetitive, but I know we're setting them up for a tag match for the belts. So let's get this down the road as quickly as possible. And like I said, let's move on to new teammates. We then have Alexa Bliss coming out. She says that Charlotte got lucky last night at Survivor Series. And then she says, nobody in the locker room can hold a candle to me. To which Mickie James comes out and she says, everybody's tired of listening to you and your biscuit butt. A couple people started chanting, maybe a dozen or so. Really wasn't enough for it to be the crowd. And then Mickie James said, oh, I'm sorry, I lost my thought with everybody chanting. Nobody was chanting. Then Bayley comes out, tells Alexa Bliss that that belt is hers. Then Sasha Banks comes out and says that the WWE Universe doesn't need a hugger for a champion, they need a boss. And then Alicia Fox comes out and says, why have a boss when you can have a captain? Alexa Bliss then says, this is a complete waste of time. For once, I actually believe her. And says, none of you deserve a shot at the belt, and walks out. Kurt Angle comes out and says that each one of them deserves a shot, and there's going to be a fatal four-way right now to determine the number one contender. So here we go with the match. Basically, it's just a match to get pretty much all the women on the roster, or most of them, on the show at one shot. There was a bit of action between everybody. It was strange because they were only showing two people in the ring at the same time, being it was supposed to be a fatal four-way. Sasha Banks got Alicia Fox into the bank statement. Bayley comes out and breaks the hold. Then Bayley and Sasha Banks go at it. And then Mickie James and Sasha Banks go at it. They both clothesline each other, knocking each other down. And then Paige's music hits. And the crowd goes crazy on this one. Paige comes out and says, I'm back. I bet you all missed me. After a little bit going on, she said she didn't come alone. She takes off her jacket, starts walking out to the ring. As she's doing that, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville from NXT come in, and all three of them lay waste to everybody in the Fatal 4-Way. Backstage, there's an interview with Paige, Rose, and Deville. Then Alexa comes in and interrupts, introduces herself, and gets her ass beat by Paige, Deville, and Rose. We then have Braun Strowman versus Jason Jordan. Right at the start, Jason Jordan hits Braun Strowman and runs out of the ring. Probably about the smartest move this man's ever done. He gets back into the ring, tries to pick up Braun Strowman, and ends up tweaking his knee. Strowman starts beating him down. Jason Jordan rolls out, holding his knee. I can't do it, and walks up the ring. Then Kane comes out from behind, beats up Braun Strowman, smacks him around with a steel chair, hits him with a steel chair in the throat. It's a disqualification. Braun Strowman wins. Braun Strowman walks up the ramp, holding his throat. We then have an 8-man cruiserweight match. This is basically a pee break. Long story short, the faces won. I really wasn't too interested in this match. This is basically just like the women's match. We're just trying to put as many cruiserweights in one match at one time. No storyline between any of them, except that Enzo's the champion, and everyone on the face team wants to try to get to him. I'm pretty much done with the cruiserweights. Every once in a while, there'll be a spark and go, oh, well, that's cool. But the rest of it's just like, I'm done. I've put the cruiserweights on the shelf right next to Bray Wyatt. But anyways, we then go backstage where Kurt Angle is checking on Jason Jordan. The Miz walks up, crying like a little bitch to get Kurt Angle to cancel the Intercontinental match. Kurt Angle tells him no, he's just going to have to fight. That's the end of it. We then have Elias Sampson in the ring trying to play a song. Matt Hardy comes out, interrupts him. They fight. Elias Sampson runs up the ramp. I don't know why this segment was here. This was just killing time. They could have used this spot and given more time to another match and made something a little more interesting, or put somebody in a match and made something interesting. But they didn't. They wasted time. This was like 3 to 5 minutes. I don't know. I wasn't looking at my watch of my life that I'll never get back. Anyways, we come to our main event, The Miz versus Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship. Roman Reigns takes it to The Miz right at the beginning. The Miz goes outside the ringside. Roman Reigns tries to Superman punch him off of the ring steps. The Miz was able to counter it with a kick to the gut and DDT'd him onto the ring floor. The Miz runs back into the ring, trying to get Roman Reigns counted out. Roman Reigns got back into the ring. The Miz got a quick DDT, tried to cover him, got a 2 count. Roman Reigns tries to fight back. The Miz takes control over him again. Roman Reigns tried twice to get a Superman punch in succession. The Miz both times was able to dodge it. The second time, The Miz got a kick to Roman Reigns' head, tried to pin him, got a very, very close 2 count. The Miz ended up going to the top rope, jumped down, caught a Superman punch square in the jaw. Roman Reigns tried to pin, got a 2 count. As Reigns started setting up a spear, Sheamus and Cesaro come out to distract him, which allowed The Miz to get the skull-crushing finale, tried to pin, another 2 count. Rollins and Ambrose come out, beat up Sheamus and Cesaro. Roman Reigns hit The Miz with the spear, got the 3 count, and is now the new Intercontinental Champion. This was actually a pretty good match, surprisingly. It started off on a high note. It kind of dropped down a little bit towards the middle and came right back up. It ended on a really good note. They say that Roman Reigns has held every title. I don't think that's true because I don't believe he's held the Universal title yet. But as the way things are going, he's probably going to be the Universal title holder at WrestleMania. But, like I said, it was a good match. It was a good Raw. It started off on a high note. It slowly hit down into a valley and then came right back up on a high note towards the end. There were a couple bits that I wasn't too crazy about. There was a couple bits that straight out wasted time. But it was good. I liked it. It set up a new set of storylines for most people. And I guess we're going to be seeing that at Clash of the Champions, I think, is the next Raw pay-per-view. I think. So, we'll take care of that one when the time comes. But that'll do it for this episode of Raw Recap. I'll be back tomorrow for the SmackDown review. Leave a comment down below if you saw this Raw, what you thought about it, what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.